Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories happening right now. And topping the list for us tonight, Knoxville police releasing body cam footage of a fatal interaction in the Fountain City area. Now, we've screened the video. We're not going to show you anything explicit, but again, this turned into a fatal shooting. The shooting happened 2 weeks ago, April 17th to be exact, at the Exxon gas station on North Broadway, directly across from Fountain City Lake. Police were called with a report of a man acting erratically and possibly violently inside the store. According to Knoxville police, Officer Seth Beeler was told by a witness that the man was armed with a knife. Now here's the encounter as captured by Beeler's body camera.
What's up? He has a knife out. Do what? He has a knife out. Where's he at? Right there in the door. He has a knife. He's talking some more units. He's inside. He's got 2 knives. I've got customers in the store. Hey, come out. Move, dude. Come out to me right now. Get down on your knees. 81.
Now, the video goes on to show the man, William McBride Jr., laying on the ground, but still able to move and speak. He's eventually put into handcuffs, as you see, and searched. The video ends with Beeler being told to move away from the scene while other officers handled the situation. Knoxville police say Officer Beeler arrived at 5:30 and officers started medical aid at 5:33. Knoxville police also released still frames from the footage. KPD says it shows McBride appearing to swing a knife at a witness and run in Officer Beeler's direction at the time Beeler opens fire. Also, there's a still picture showing the 2 knives police say he was holding. McBride was pronounced dead at the hospital. Officer Beeler was put on administrative leave, which is procedure, while the TBI was called in to investigate. That investigation, by the way, is still going, and Beeler is still on leave with a parallel investigation underway from KPD's Office of Professional Standards. Now, there is more on this, including a link to the full video on our website at WATE.com. We're hearing from more schools on the armed teacher law recently signed by Governor Lee. Sevier County schools saying in part, quote, no determination has been made at this time. The school system saying administration is reviewing the law with local law enforcement before making a decision. Meanwhile, the director of Union County Schools says in part, quote, I am not in favor of teachers carrying weapons in schools. I would be in favor of the state providing additional funding to support multiple SROs at a school. And Maryville City Schools saying our approach will remain unchanged and only officers from the Maryville Police Department who serve as our SROs will be armed in our schools. Maryville City Schools saying teachers' focus should remain on teaching. And, you know, we've reached out to every school district in our viewing area, and we will continue to update you on our website at WATE.com with the latest statements. An added layer of protection and security for victims of domestic violence. That's how a Tennessee bill is being described. Senate Bill 1972 is also known as the Debbie and Marie Domestic Violence Protection Act. The bill would require offenders to wear a GPS monitor unless the court finds the defendant is no longer a threat to the public and the victim. If the offender does have to wear the monitor, the victim would have access to an app that would notify them if the abuser is nearby.
You have your phone turned off, or you don't have your phone with you. Under the bill, it'll be up to the company monitoring it to alert law enforcement to say, hey, this individual is within this proximity of this person. We need to send law enforcement.
Hammond believes the bill could save victims' lives. The bill is waiting for both speakers to sign it, and then it will head to the governor's desk. We're now learning more about the 2 inmate deaths at the Campbell County Jail. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation looked into both deaths happening just last month. According to the Campbell County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Wayne Barton saying the investigation showed that both had pre-existing medical conditions before arriving. The sheriff went on to say these conditions were not caused by jail employees and were not an overdose. Now, we have reached out to the TBI for more information, and we'll bring you the latest as we learn more. City of Knoxville continues to grow, so do the number of jobs coming to the area. Some businesses are growing rapidly, while others are, well, just waiting to get started. The Amazon Delivery Center on Knoxville Center Drive, a lot of you have written to us about it, have called us about it. We're told it's still under construction on the inside. The company is hopeful, though, to get it operational in the near future. Axel Logistics is one of the companies in Knoxville that has continued to grow each year it has been in business. The company had an initial goal of 263 jobs within 5 years. It has surpassed that with more than 600 employees just 4 years in, and the company is continuing to grow.
The next at least 3 to 5 years. We're looking to continue to add to our team. We function off of organic growth, so pending everything continues to go, the rocket ship we always say that we're on, we should have about 1,200 employees over the next 3 to 5 years. So extremely exciting to have our team all back on Central.
As a matter of fact, Axle is building a secondary 85,000 square foot building on Central that would be able to accommodate more employees. Knoxville police searching for a suspect after a deadly shooting overnight. Just before midnight, officers responded to the 1800 block of Prospect Place in the Morningside area. When police arrived, they found a man on the ground who was shot at least once. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say there is no description of a suspect, and detectives are canvassing for potential evidence. Anyone with information, though, is asked to call East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. The number is 865-215-7165. A Fentress County man facing animal abuse charges. Court paperwork shows he's accused of tying a mule to a tree and then spraying the animal with a water hose. Now, we're learning about this from an affidavit for an arrest warrant against James Johnston. The document shows the alleged abuse happened April 15th, and according to an agent for the state's agricultural crime unit, the mule was left with severe rope burns and cuts to its legs. Plus, the affidavit accuses Johnston of failing to provide the animal with immediate care.